Hello everyone, good morning, good morning. Just coming in for a chat really, just to catch up and chat because we haven't done this for so long. Haven't done this for a while. So yeah, just to say hi. Do come in and say hi. We are just doing a catch up and chat and just general chit chat really, just to see how everyone is. Hi Paula, how are you? Welcome, welcome. How have you been? I thought I'd take a break from my paperwork and do a catch up and chat because we haven't done one of these for a while. So I just wanted to kind of check in with everyone to see how they are, what's been happening. Good morning. I am well, thank you. I've just finished one part of my paperwork and I've just got to go back and do a bit more a bit later on, but I'm taking a break. Remember, I am just running with this soft life and just pacing myself a lot better than I used to. But we learn, don't we? We absolutely learn. Do you know what I've tried here? You see this? This looks like I've got I like my herbal tea, right? So I got some peppermint and ginger with a little bit of honey. But what I added to it today, as you can see at the bottom, it's like settled at the bottom, some merengue powder. I thought, oh, let me try some. I've got some merengue powder in the cupboard and I've been adding it to food actually when I'm cooking food. And I thought I'd just add it to my herbal tea this morning. It's an acquired taste. It tastes okay actually, but one way to get the merengue, I either take merengue seeds, but I didn't realize I had merengue powder in the cupboard, so I'm using it. I don't want it to waste. Oh, does it? See, this is what it's really interesting. You know, different things work differently. Things work differently on everyone, right? But yeah, you don't want to take it if it makes you bloated. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But yeah, it's been all right for me. It's been all right for me. This is the thing. We don't know until we try, right? Hey, Queen. How are you? Yeah, if it makes you feel bloated, definitely not. Good morning, user 498. How are you? I just wanted to come on and say hi to everyone. It's Saturday morning and I have been just doing a lot of paperwork, been reading a lot of paperwork. And I thought, you know what, let me pause. I decided yesterday evening that I was going to be home alone and I thought it'd be quite nice to have a catch up with everyone. How is everyone doing? Good morning, user 498. How are you? Yeah, I just want to know how everyone's doing. And Nads, how are you? Welcome, welcome. So just having a general chit chat, right? Chit chat about life. We're always talking about menopause, but menopause is just one part of our lives, right? But so many other things are going on as well. I'm going to take my blood pressure as well. I'm just waiting for a bit because I've just come up the stairs. It's always good to take your blood pressure when you've had been settled for a little while. So probably maybe about 20-30 minutes after resting, then you can take your blood pressure. But I took it a couple of days ago. I normally take it every third day or something like that. And because I was having high blood pressure a while back, and I'm just monitoring it now. So every other day I will take my blood pressure, and I normally take it twice to get the best reading. Good to hear that you are good. My peace above. Welcome, welcome. I don't know if you have on your phone, on my mobile phone, when a number is calling, it will tell me, it will say nuisance, likely nuisance. So I just don't answer it. But I don't know if I have to be paying for that with my network provider. Some network providers, it's free. But on my network, yeah, I get that. It just came on my phone. I didn't request it, to be honest with you. Hey, Kez. Welcome, welcome. You just grab your hot drink and just, make yourself a cup of tea. I've got my herbal tea here. It doesn't look great. Look at that at the bottom. I've just added some merengue powder to my peppermint and ginger tea. because I want to use up the powder in the cupboard. So I'm using it in my food as well. Hey, Vashti, how are you? Vashta, how are you? We're just having a catch up and a chit chat this morning. We can talk about anything and everything. I've got that. I don't pay. Oh, really, Paula? Do you know what? It came on my phone. I'm with EE and it came on my mobile phone one day just like that. And I thought, oh, this is really great. But then when I've recently contacted my network provider, I've asked them for an eSIM because I need another number, but I don't want a second phone. So this is all new to me. I never knew about eSIMs, right? But my son-in-law did mention it to me a while ago. So I went and found out about an eSIM, and now I've got another eSIM. Well, I've got a second SIM on my phone. I need to download it actually. And they said to me, it's £10, but for another £2 a month, I can have the nuisance calls coming up. And I said to them, I didn't know you had to pay for that. I thought it was free. I'm going to have to go and speak to them. Yeah, no, I don't want them charging me for something that I don't need to be paying for, right? But yeah, the nuisance call thing is really good because I just don't answer the call. Just don't bother answer the call at all. Yeah, my husband doesn't have it on his phone, but he's with a different network provider. I don't know what the best network provider is, because I think everyone has different experiences with their network providers, right? I've been with my network provider for some time now, and I've not really had any major issues with them. But but they are expensive though. I found that considering what my husband pays and what I pay, they're slightly pricey. So I may next year when my contract runs out, change my network provider. Who are you guys with? Because I've only got my one to compare. I've only got my husband's to compare with my one. There's so many different network providers out there, isn't there? I have it, but just to do with. Okay, the phone. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, yeah, I'm with that. I'm with them as well, Paula. And I've never had a problem with them ever. I mean, I've got 3 lines with them now. But yeah, I've just never had a problem with them. So, but as I said, hearing what my husband is paying with his lines, I just think, what's going on? Maybe I should just speak to them and be honest with them and say, look, I'm thinking about leaving you and what can you do? Because a lot of the time when you ask them that question, they don't want to lose your custom, do they? So they just go and find a better deal for you. So maybe I'll just be honest and open and speak to them next year when my contract is running out. Yeah, but how is everyone? We are, we're here, and I just wanted to catch up with everyone. We haven't had a catch up and connect for a while. There's been a lot going on. There has been a lot going on. I've been extremely busy. At the moment, I'm only able to do a live on a Wednesday evening. And I know it's not, a good day for everyone, but as many people as possible, I hope, can join on a Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock. I know Wednesday we are going to be talking about menopause and relationships, not just intimate relationships right across the board. It could be relationships with your family members, your children, work colleagues, because the menopause, for me as well, it had an impact on my relationships, the people that I cared around me, and just relationships in general. So yeah, we can talk about that. What is everyone up to today? I'm so blessed. My husband is amazing. Oh, that's really good to hear, Paula. It's different when you have that support, isn't it? It makes a huge difference. And I just feel that, when you're blessed in your relationship and you've chosen well, it makes a big difference. Because I'm telling you now, before my husband now, I chose some wrong ones. I did. And I'm sure many of us can relate to this. I chose some wrong ones. And they just weren't working for me. But I feel that I was in a place of that, when I talk about that self-love all the time, I wasn't there. It was something that was not there for me. And as I got older and wiser. My self-love grew more and more. And I thought, Jackie, you don't deserve this. You do not deserve this. So, yeah. But I've got an amazing, like you, Paula, I've got an amazing husband now. I'm telling you, he is absolutely amazing. And sometimes you got to kiss a few frogs, right? Before you find your prince, as they say. And I did definitely kiss a few frogs, man. I tell you, a few. I've also most probably been in jail. All right. Yeah. Do you know what? When you have amazing, regardless, even your partner, your husband, wives, when you have that amazing connection with someone, it's priceless, right? But when you have even amazing people around you as well, it's almost though you've got to surround yourself with the right people. And sometimes you can outgrow people. You do. You absolutely can outgrow people. And not to say that I've outgrown you because I'm better than you. It's just that I've outgrown you because we're not on the same page anymore. What I always look at my friendships and people around me in how are you enriching my life? How are you enriching my life? And it doesn't mean like materialistic things. It doesn't mean financial. Just how are you enriching my life? And if you cannot enrich my life, then, you don't need to be in there. Because I'm very mindful about who gets a piece of me, so to speak. I am very mindful because I'm precious. Yeah. And I'm very mindful who I give myself to. Hi, Miss Kits. How are you? Thank you for joining the live. We're just having a catch up and connect today. But feel free to ask questions. My chat is amazing, especially since Perry. Oh, fantastic. That's fantastic to hear. Absolutely fantastic to hear. Can everyone hear me properly? I'm sure I feel like I'm probably shouting, is it? That is fantastic to hear. You get to fins out. Absolutely, Paula. And you know what? As life goes on, right? Sometimes people change, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you change. I know I've changed over the years, and that's fine. I'm fine with that because to me, I've grown, and I've grown better in myself. And sometimes those individuals that I had around me that didn't want to grow themselves, so I've outgrown them. So I've had to let them go. Simple as that. I've had to let them go because otherwise, if I try and hold on to them, it's like a weight. And I'm not having anyone or anything holding me. I'm not doing it anymore. But absolutely. And you have to give yourself permission to. And you know what? They may not like it, but it's on them. It's on them. I'm done with holding on to how people feel about situations. That's on them. If it's not impacting me, and it sounds so harsh, but do you know what? I haven't got time for that. I've killed people over years. Let them go. Absolutely. And good for you. You know what? We do outgrow people, don't we? We absolutely outgrow people. And there's nothing wrong with outgrowing a person. Nothing wrong. Oh, thank you, Paula. Nothing wrong with it. And as I said, it's not to say that you are turning around saying, I'm better than you. It's not about that. You know what? I truly believe that people are in your lives for a reason. A season or a lifetime. That's it. It's absolutely right. Some people come into your life. There's many people that I can look back and say I developed a friendship with them and it was for that moment. And I haven't spoken to them for years. And I don't know if I will speak to them again for years to come. However, I was in their life and they was in my life at a point where probably that, there was a reason why I was there or they were there for me. And that reason has now passed. And now we've moved on to something else. I'm not going to forget about them, but they're not in the season right now. So, it's fine. Absolutely fine. What's everyone up to today? What have you got planned? I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of with this moringa powder in this tea, It's got a bit of aftertaste. I'm going to drink it because I want the meringue. Meringue. I couldn't even say it properly. Meringue powder. I'm going to drink it, but I don't know if I'm really I don't know if I'm really liking this taste. But yeah, I'm playing basketball with my boys. Oh, lovely, Queen Rob. Oh, lovely. Do you know what I used to love to play when I was younger? And I have thought about going back to play it. Netball. Oh, my love a netball. I don't even know if I can still play it right now. I haven't played it for so many years, but I used to love playing netball at school. We were in the league, definitely in the league. So yeah, have fun. Have fun with playing your basketball with your boys. Do you go easy on them, do you? I used to play I love netball. And there's so many netball teams up and running now for mature women. I think it's a fantastic sport. I love it. But I'm not sure if I'd go back into it. I was going to go to a netball club locally. And then for some reason, I didn't end up going, although I booked to go because something happened. So I haven't revisited it. I don't go easy. Good. That's good. Absolutely. No, enjoy your netball. Enjoy your basketball, definitely. Definitely. Well, I think I've been sitting here for a little while, right? So I'm going to take my blood pressure to see what it's like. So I'm going to take my blood pressure. You know what I was talking about? I did a post about this, right? And it's so important that the cuff needs to be in the right place. I find that if that bit there of the cuff is on the side, it doesn't, I think it just makes my blood pressure a bit higher than it needs to be. Well, the reading comes out differently. So I'm just going to ensure that it's, put that on and put that around this way. And then I'm going to take my blood pressure and see what it's like this morning. Who else checks their blood pressure? If you don't have a blood pressure monitor at home, you could easily go to the pharmacist because you don't have to make an appointment. You can just rock up at the pharmacist, and then they'll take your blood pressure for you. So I'm just going to ensure that is the correct way round. See what it's like this morning. I was previously experiencing high blood pressure, and so now I'm just like on it. I have to be on it. I take it probably every other day, and then I'll see what it's like. Sometimes it comes up a little bit high, like day before, it was 130/81, and that was slightly elevated. So I just took it again about 4 minutes after, and just took it. But you're supposed to be resting when you are well rested. There you go. It says 121/87, which the bottom number is slightly high, slightly elevated, because it should be around 80. But 121, so slightly elevated. I'll take it again in a little while. Yeah. So what else is everyone up to today? I've got paperwork to do, so much paperwork. And the reading from the laptop, sometimes my eyes, I have to take a break. I've been up since this morning reading through paperwork, and I've finished that. That's been sent off, and I just got to do some more a bit later on. So taking a break to just see how everyone is. Saturday, normally, you know what? When I used to live in London, I don't live in London anymore. I'm actually in Kent. I remember back in the day when I used to live in London, Saturday was a day designated to do shopping, the housework. Is anyone still doing that routine? You get up, go to do the shopping, come back, do the housework. That's what Saturday entailed for me years ago. And it's completely different now. Sometimes I'm actually working on a Saturday. It's very rare that I am at home on a Saturday. I do a lot of training on a Saturday. But yeah, does anyone still have a routine of cleaning the house and doing the shopping on a Saturday? Yeah, I don't know if I want to add meringue powder back in my tea again. It's got a funny taste to it. I mean, you can add it to tea, but yeah, it's not. Maybe it's the wrong tea I'm adding it to, because I added it to peppermint and ginger. I don't know. Maybe I could try it on something else. Let me see what this is saying again. So that was 121 over 87, I think it was. That was slightly elevated. I'm going to try again. Because you're supposed to have your arm, you're supposed to be well rested and have your arm elevated slightly when you take it. But do you know the best way to take your blood pressure is actually with the stethoscope, which I've got, but I couldn't reach it because my husband put it high up. Yeah, if anyone's got any questions around menopause, we're just having a chit chat today, this morning. Probably be here for an hour or so, and then back on Wednesday evening when we talk about menopause and relationships. Oh, there you go, 115. It's gone down to 115. It was 121 before. 115 over 86. See what happens when you just go. So when you go to the GP and take your blood pressure and they say, oh, it's slightly high, please ask them to just take it again. Wait a few seconds, wait a few minutes and take it again, because sometimes it's worth taking it a second time, because it does, sometimes it goes down. Yeah, it's really important to keep an eye on your blood pressure. Just get it checked out. You have to look after your health, right? Have to look after your health. Absolutely. So, Queen, Rusty, Miss Kate, T, hey T, how are you? Anne-Marie, hi, how are you? Welcome. We're just having a general catch up and connect today. We're just chatting about anything, life, really. Chatting about life. And, but if you feel free to ask any questions around menopause. I just took my blood pressure and it was okay. It was okay. So, and I'm just having a cup of tea. I'm having my peppermint and ginger tea, but it's got, can you see the powder at the bottom? I added, for the first, I don't know what possessed me to do it. I added merengue powder to my tea, and it's got an acquired taste, it has. But I'd want to use it rather than throwing it in the bin, because it's going to be expired next month. But yeah, how is everyone? Let me see. Good morning, good morning. Hold on. Bashta. Okay, maybe not. I thought she was, Vasha was ready to speak. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. It came up to say that you wanted to come up. I don't know if you did done that on purpose or it was a mistake. Not to worry. Yeah, so just general chit chat. Hey Heather, how are you? Maka, welcome. So I've been I'm trying to organise the next Embracing Menopause event that will schedule to be in October. I'm trying to look for a venue. Now I don't know whether to do it in London or back up in Kent. The first one was in the Bexley area, and Bexley is on the border of London, isn't it? So I'm not sure if this one's going to be in Kent. So, but I'll keep everyone posted in the post on the page. But it'll definitely be in October, because one of the days in October is going to be Menopause Day. I can't remember which day it is. I think it's the 18th or something like that. But I'll keep everyone posted. And yeah, there's lots more. Oh, Bexley Council are having their quarterly menopause cafe. So if you are in the Bexley borough, whether you live or work, feel free to join that. It's free. It's a free quarterly menopause cafe. And it's happening on the 22nd 22nd of this month, 22nd of July. That's next week, isn't it? Yeah, next week, I think. Yeah. So 12 till 2 in the council chambers, and that is going to be focusing on menopause and mental health. And if you are in the area, do come in. You don't have to stay for the whole time. You don't have to stay you're not obligated to stay for the whole of the session. You can just come in and pop in and out again. A lot of people do that in their lunch break. They come in for like 10-15 minutes and go again. But yeah, they have that on a quarterly basis. So the next one is the 22nd of July at 12 until 2 o'clock. And actually, we're going to be doing some box breathing there as well. I've added some box breathing to the session just to see how everyone gets on with that. So feel free to come along and say hi if you are about in the Bexley area, Bexley office, the chambers, Bexley chambers in the town hall. So come and say hi. Yeah, I'm not liking that at all. I'm really not liking that. It don't taste great. Doesn't taste great at all. Maybe I won't do that again. I'll just leave it in the food. It actually, you cannot taste it in the food, although it may taste, because I done a fried rice yesterday for dinner. And when I put the egg in there, I actually mixed the meringue powder with it, and it kind of like made the egg kind of turn a bit greeny colour. Not too green, but it just looked like it's got spices in it. But it tasted okay. But in this tea, I don't know if it's the wrong tea I've used for it, but it doesn't taste nice. Or I may have put too much, to be honest with you. I put a teaspoon of the powder in there. But yeah, it's not very nice. Not very nice. So on what else is happening? We're getting our dates done for the Embracing Menopause event, as I said. And we're doing quite a lot of things outside. Well, I'm doing quite a lot of things outside of here. Doing lots more menopause workshops and things like that. So actually, if anyone you know that's interested in menopause webinar, it's for now an hour. It's free. Just get in touch with me. So we just log on to Zoom or Teams if you want it, and I have a chat about menopause. Just understanding menopause. It's an Understanding Menopause webinar for an hour. It's free. So just get in touch with me if you know anyone who's interested in it. We can arrange it for groups. This can be a small group as well. It doesn't have to be a large group. And we can get that done as well for you. Or I can get that done for you. Welcome. Is it Javanel? How do you pronounce your name? Javanel? It doesn't sound right. Doesn't sound right at all. How I'm pronouncing it, that is. I've got a thing about sounding your name correctly. Hi, Lydia. How are you? We are just having a catch up and connect this morning. I thought I'd just take some time out to just come on and just say hi, and see how everyone is. You know, it's not often people actually say to you, how are you? How are you doing? And I just want to find out how everyone is doing. What have you got planned today? Hi, Corinne. Welcome. Join me, have a cup of tea. You get your tea or coffee or whatever you're drinking, and just have a chit chat. If you want to come up and say hi, just let me know, and then I can just send me a request. send me a request. Yeah, so we're having Wednesday at 8 o'clock. This hot and cold flush are killing me. I'm sorry to hear that, Corinne. Yeah, the hot flushes are not nice, are they? They are not nice. And this weather, I know it's cooled down recently, but the weather, the hot weather can absolutely exasperate the hot flushes. And you get the cold as well. You get the chills. I was in patch, but on Gianna. Okay. Is it working for you? Because sometimes you've got to switch things up, right? Hopefully it's working for you. I've heard that the patches can be quite a challenge in the hot weather. I've heard from quite a few women that the patches are tricky to use sometimes. Patch wells, patch gel is better. Okay, that's good. And do you use the gel once a day, or is it twice a day you're using it? And tab. Okay. And you use the tablets as well. Have you noticed a significant improvement in your symptoms since being on it? I'm always interested, and again, everyone is very different. Everyone is very different. This is why I like to ask these questions. 1 in the morning and 2 pumps at night. Okay. And you notice a significant difference. Can I ask how long you've been taking it as well? I think someone was on live on Wednesday and they just started about a month ago. They've noticed a slight difference in their symptoms, which is fantastic. If it's working for you, that's fantastic. Absolutely. And this is the thing, right? You have to identify what is going to be your method of dealing with these symptoms, help managing these symptoms. I'm always fascinated about HRT because I'm not a HRT girly. Personally, I'm not a HRT girly. I don't take it. I know I will never take it because the research that I done, it wasn't for me. But I'm always interested in those who are taking it, how it is supporting their symptoms. I'm still struggling with my symptoms. Oh, sorry to hear that. How long have you been taking it, Corinne? Because is that why? I mean, and I'm aware that when you do take things like that with everything, it doesn't necessarily take away every single symptom you're experiencing, does it? Because it's going to be different things. 4 months, okay. So hopefully, maybe that you take that and then you may look at taking other things for the other symptoms that you are experiencing. I know symptoms can be overwhelming, when you're having all these symptoms. I remember at one point in my journey, I was experiencing they were double figures, 12 to 16 symptoms. It just was too much. It just felt too much, absolutely felt too much. But now I'm in post-menopause. I'm only experiencing, I'm going to touch wood here, 2 symptoms. 2 symptoms I'm experiencing. My tinnitus disappeared. I also had blurred vision once as well. The blurred vision disappeared. The burning of the hands and the sole of the feet disappeared. All these other symptoms, my bloating, all those things disappeared, and I'm just remaining now, the hot flushes and the night sweats. But even that, it's calmed down. It has totally calmed down. Mood, angry, not sleeping well. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Dry mouth, itch. Oh my goodness, the itchy. Yeah, I remember the itching. It was horrible. Itchy skin, itchy. Listen, the itchy downstairs was the worst. that was something I definitely went to go and see my GP about, the itchiness. And I got prescribed hydrocortisone, but I was only allowed to use it for 3 days. And so whilst I was using it, I've said this story before, but whilst I was using it, I was also eating avocados. And it was the actual avocados that made my itching disappear. The consistent eating. Hey, Claire Bear. Yeah, like ringing in. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the tinnitus, I had that as well. It's not nice, is it? It's not nice. I remember the first time experiencing that ringing in the ears. It just, to me, mine wasn't so much a ringing. Mine was, it was like a buzzing. Like it sounded like there was an insect buzzing around. I don't know if you've ever heard a mosquito buzzing before, the sound a mosquito makes. That's what it was like for me. And I was totally just thought I was butting away. Well, there was nothing there, but I thought it was a mosquito. And so I was constantly trying to get rid of it and realized that actually, no, it's not. It was my ears that was making that high-pitched sound. It is horrible. And it went on for days. It went on for weeks. Yeah. I did notice, though, the time when it disappeared, it was when I changed my diet. I just changed the way I ate. I stopped eating lots of chocolate. I used to eat chocolate every single day after my meal. I conditioned myself that I felt that's what I needed, but I didn't need it. I was eating chocolate. And now when I say eating chocolate, I wasn't eating a piece of chocolate. No, I couldn't do that. Well, I didn't feel I could do that. I felt that I needed to eat half a bar of chocolate or more. So I stopped eating chocolate. I stopped eating things like crisps. Don't get me wrong. Do I still eat crisps and chocolate? Yes, every once in a while. But not how I was eating them before. I was eating them like they were going out of fashion. Right? Like my life depended on it. So that's how I was eating the crisps and the chocolate. So I just cut all those things out. I already cut out sugar out of my diet anyway. However, eating chocolate and things like that, they've got sugar in it as well, haven't they? So I just had to change up the way I was eating. And then I noticed when I did that and also increased the way my movement. I used to go to the gym a lot more, but I don't go to the gym anymore. I do a lot of walking and moving at home, just slight exercise at home. And do you know what? Even if it's a 10-minute exercising movement, 10 minutes is good. But when I go for a walk, I would normally walk for about an hour and a half to 2 hours when I do go for a walk. And I'm going dancing tonight, so that's when I'm going to burn off some weight. I tell you, I'm going to burn it off, some energy. So I'm going to be dancing this evening. And when I start dancing, I don't stop. So that's when I found out that my symptoms went from like double figures to 2. Completely different. Hey, family. How are you? Yeah. Hi, Holly. Yeah. So it's different for everyone. It's interesting. I always like to hear everyone else's story because it is completely different. Imagine Kate. Is it Cookie? Welcome. We are just having a chit chat about life. And I was just speaking to Corinne and finding out about I had hormones from a baby. Oh, you had hormones from a baby? I'm not sure if I quite understand what you're saying. From you had a baby, your hormones have kicked in, or you had them from that? Just confirm with me, because I'm thinking 2 different things here. Thank you for the likes. Yeah, so we're just having a general chit chat, catch up and connect. I'm just asking everyone, how are you doing today? What are you up to this weekend? What are you up to this weekend? If you've got any, and we're having a conversation about menopause, as always. This is a community of, like-minded women to talk about menopause. Mind you, there's many people in the community that are not even navigating through menopause. They just generally want to know about it. There's so much information out there that this is why the community's here, so we can understand a bit more. Everyone's journey is very different. I was just speaking to Corinne. Her journey is completely different from everybody else, and it's going to be the same for everyone. And just understanding how your particular journey is going. Because we don't know until it happens, right? So Corinne was mentioning that she is taking the gel, HRT gel, and the tablets as well, Corinne, and that it's helped with some of the symptoms, but not all of them. And this is the thing, sometimes we may have to take multiple things to manage the symptoms. I remember at one point I was taking, I was doing the CMOS. I still do CMOS every so often as well. I do it and then have a break. CMOS, the merengue seeds I'm doing merengue powder as well. Only because I found a couple of tubs in my cupboard, so I'm going to use them up. And I was also doing the magnesium glycinate tablets in the evening because they were helping with my sleep. And then I was also doing the starflower oil with evening primrose. I was also previously doing the lion's mane, and I stopped doing that because lion's mane was helping me with my brain fog. And then I stopped taking it when I realized that December I started learning Spanish just on the app that you can get, right? I started learning Spanish, and I found out that when I was doing that every single day, over a period of within 2 weeks, I noticed a difference with my brain fog. And I didn't need the lion's mane anymore. And actually, I found some in my cupboard the other day because I stopped drinking it because I found that my brain fog was getting a lot better from practicing Spanish. And thank you for the follow. Welcome to the community. And then I did research because those of you who know me, right, I like to research. And by the way, those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Jackie. I'm a menopause wellness practitioner as well as a menopause nutrition and weight loss management practitioner. And we meet in this community on a Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. That's our scheduled lives, Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. and that's British summertime. But today I've just come on to take a break from my paperwork just to have a catch up and chat with everyone to see how everyone is. Brain fog is sober. I'm telling you, do you know what? Brain fog, I can't even describe it. If someone said to me, and I know everyone's brain fog will be different from the next. If someone asked me to describe brain fog, I would describe it like this. Just imagine orange, okay? And you have taken some cotton wool and covered the orange, and you have smothered the orange in cotton wool and then held it tight. That's how I would explain brain fog. I don't know. How would you explain brain fog? Because it does really feel like someone's just holding your skull and just squeezing it, not to hurt you, but squeezing it to just give you a tight hug. And that's how it feels. That's how I would explain brain fog. But I noticed, as I said, my brain fog was literally really bad to the point where, when you walk in the room and you forgot what you've come into the room for. And yeah, it almost I started feeling, Corinne, exactly like that. Am I getting Alzheimer's? Am I getting dementia? You do question yourself. Absolutely. You lose your trail of thought. I always said that my trail of thought just went up the mountain and it was too far up. I can't go up there and get it. So I would just pause, in the middle of meetings, in the middle of training. For those of you who know me, my profession is I'm a first aid instructor. And so I teach people how to save lives, right? And I've been doing this for over 10 years. I also do other things as well, but that's the main thing that I do. And I'm telling you, when my brain fog hit me hard, I know my stuff and I know I'm good at what I do. But when it got to the point where I was considering having a checklist in front of me, that's when my brain fog was really bad. I would lose trail of thought. I was speaking to the class and I would just lose the trail of thought and totally forget what I was saying. That's how bad my brain fog was at one point. And it kind of made me start feeling, I just felt a bit lonely. I felt confused, even more confused. I felt like I didn't want to be in the classroom teaching anymore. It kind of chipped away my confidence a little bit. It did. If I'm honest, it chipped away my confidence, this brain fog. And then I thought to myself, so what I did start putting a checklist together just to say, look, Jackie, it's okay to have a checklist because then I can just run alongside. I'm training everyone in the room, but I'm running alongside this checklist. And that's what helped me get through my day. And then after, in December, like I said, I made a pact with my friend and we decided to learn Spanish together. Not together, but alongside each other. So we downloaded the app and we're both learning Spanish and we check in with each other every so often. And I'm telling you, I kid you not, by learning Spanish, my brain fog has gone completely. But I have been doing it every day. Oh, thank you for the heart, me. I have been doing it every day, even if it is for 5-10 minutes, every single day. All right, I did miss last. I take that back. Every single day. I might have missed over the last 178 days. I've missed one day. So it's not that bad. But every day I've been learning Spanish, and even if it's for 5-10 minutes, and I've noticed that the brain fog has gone completely, and I've not needed to take any lion's mane tea since December. But when you do your research, like, you know, I like to do my research. Those of you who don't know me, I'm a research girly. I research everything. So I did my research on this brain fog, and if learning another language supports or helps with the brain fog, and it absolutely does. So I'm going to continue to learn Spanish. When I finish learning Spanish, I'm giving myself until December. I've given myself a year to speak fluent Spanish. So I've got until December. And then once I feel confident to have a full-blown language conversation in Spanish, then I might learn another language. I lost so much weight. I am 6 stone. Oh, wow. Is that what happened? You lost, oh my goodness. Wow. That's a lot to lose, isn't it? I mean, are you happy with losing all that weight? That 6 stone is really tiny, isn't it? God bless. How are you? Welcome. We are having a catch up and connect and just having a chat about general life. Menopause is part of that, isn't it? But we're having a chat about general life, and I'm drinking my ginger and peppermint tea that I've gone and added some merengue powder in there. You can see it sitting at the bottom. I'm not sure if I like the taste of it, but I'm going to drink it anyway. Yes, I had. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Corinne. I hope you're in a better place now, though. I hope you're in a better place now. You know what? Life, life. So this thing that you just got to do life your way. This is so important, that we do life our way, the way we want, the way we choose. Because even when I look back at how my mother raised me as a child, as an adult, it doesn't serve a purpose. And I had to change the way I was raised when I'm raising my own children, because it no longer served a purpose. And sometimes that's how life is. Things that we do no longer serves a purpose, and it's okay to switch up. Because why are we still running with it and it's not serving a purpose? It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. Thank you for the follow, Lux. Welcome to the community. Let me go back to see if I've missed anyone. But if you're not part of the community already, imagine, did I say thank you for the follow? Welcome to the community. If you're not part of the community already and you would like to be part of the community, feel free to follow. Those are on the For You page if you're listening in. We are just having a catch up and connect today. I just want to find out how you are doing. How are you doing? And what are your plans for the weekend? And we're having chats about menopause as well. But yeah, life, you know, I have decided, I'm telling you, I take a different perspective on life, right? I am taking my time. I am... One guest request are you requesting to come up? I don't know. I've clicked it, but if you don't want to, that's fine. I've taken different approach to life right now. I'm taking a soft life, and I'm telling you, I'm loving this soft life. Hi, Lux. Are you there? I'm taking...
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you? Good morning. Oh, good afternoon now. Good morning. It's afternoon.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, this topic is beautiful because it's quite dear to my heart, actually. I think my mum's gone through the symptoms for close to a decade, but has been in denial
Okay.
for the longest time about them, and I cannot change that at all. I cannot.
Yeah,
It's been really hard to break, and it's been soul destroying seeing her suffer with the hot sweats or frequently going to the toilet, and it's but not just that, her brain fog.
Yeah.
She struggled when she graduated, you see, because of the brain fog.
I'm sorry to hear that. And this is the thing, you know what? We speak about it all the time, that our mothers, they weren't as open as we are to talking about it. It's a subject that can be quite a taboo, right? For many older generations and in many communities as well. It's not...
Sorry, my signal's terrible. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us? Yeah, I can hear you clearly. And sometimes, you know, it's a taboo subject. This is why I appreciate now that we are open, we are talking about it more. And that's what we need to keep doing. We need to keep talking about it and speaking our truth. Because the more we speak our truth, as I said before, the more we speak our truth, the more we are going to be able to be heard, understood, and actually have appropriate support available for us. That's what we need. So we need to keep speaking about it. And I find that the older generation, our parents, our mothers and our grandmothers never really spoke about it openly how we speak about it now. And that's a fantastic move. We just need to keep speaking about it. That's okay, Lux. Hi, Corinne. How are you? Good afternoon.
I'm all right, thank you.
Yeah, you're joining in the conversation.
Yeah, I know. I'm here.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I was just saying that our parents, you know, our mothers and our grandmothers never really spoke openly about the menopause, their journey. They kept it quiet.
Well, my mum went through the menopause quite early. She went through her menopause when she was in her 20s.
Wow. That's young.
Yeah.
Young. And this is the thing, even though there's an age bracket there, it's different for everyone. Very different for everyone.
It is indeed.
Yeah. And this is why we got to keep shouting about it, because, you know, you said that your mum started going for it in her 20s. Now, that is in itself it's probably going to be something, an emotional roller coaster for her, you know?
Yeah, well, not only did she go through menopause, she also like I was saying, I developed boobs and a menstrual cycle when I was a baby,
Right,
you
that's what you
know.
were saying.
Yeah, and I carried my mum's milk in my
Right,
boobs, so obviously I've had hormonal since a baby,
right.
and now I'm going through the menopause at the age of 37, so it's a lot.
So you said that you were on the gel for 4
Yes.
months. So have you noticed a significant difference over those 4 months with your symptoms?
Not really, no.
So you haven't.
Yeah, I've only been on the gel recently, but no change.
Right,
Yeah, I was on the
okay.
patches before.
Right, okay. So you're giving it some time to see if there is a change, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping that you do see a change, and I'm sure you've got appointments with your GP to kind of have reviews every 6 months? Is it 6 months now? You have reviews?
I don't really know how many reviews I have at the hospital because I only went for my first menopause appointment 4 months ago.
Right, okay. I mean,
So probably in another 4 months, probably, I don't know.
yeah, but remember, Corinne, if you feel that it's not working for you, you have all the right to go back and just get it reviewed sooner rather than later.
But
Yeah.
stage is very good for stage is
Sage.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's SAGE, sorry.
yeah,
Stage.
sage has come up quite a few times actually for people. And this is the thing: if your body can accept sage, it's going to be useful as well. So it's different things, isn't it, that you can use? I mean, we've got lists in the community on what can help for what things. But again, like I always say, different things for everyone. So sometimes it's a trial and error, right? Trial and error. And you're going to take it and see how it is. But once you're taking it, are you tracking your symptoms?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect.
But it's
That's
just the
good.
hot and cold flushes, I'm constantly, it's like my body can't regulate the heat. Like my body is just constantly hot.
That is exactly what is happening because the hormones are declining. Your hormones are declining. Um, so your sage is going to be good for. I'm just checking here. The sage is good to support. It's for centuries. It's been supporting menopausal health. It is particularly noted for its potential to reduce the frequency and severity of hot flushes and night sweats.
Right,
So
okay.
again, it's a trial and everything. You've got to try it before, you can find out if it works for you. Hey, Nanny. But just give it time as well. I think it's time, but it's really important that you see when we're trying different things, whether it's the HRT, whether it's the natural things, what we're trying, it's really important to, as you're tracking it as well, to give it time and be consistent with it. Because sometimes what we do, and I've been guilty of this in the past as well, I'll take something and I'm really excited about taking it, and I'll take it for a week. And then the following week, I forget to take it 4 or 5 times. And then the next week, again, it's a bit random. And then I look at it and think, this isn't actually working for me. But I need to ask myself the question, have I actually given it a proper try? Have I been consistent in trying this new thing? The answer for me at that time was no. So I know I've got to step up and be consistent in taking it. I've got to be serious in taking it, because if I want it to support me with managing my symptoms or one of the symptoms, I have to be consistent to give it a fair go.
Yeah, you gotta try everything.
Yeah.
Whatever people offer, it is better to try anything. I tried the patches, but it just made a rash. You know, every time I was taking off my skin, it was leaving a rash and it was making me itchy. So that's why I stopped taking the patches.
Did the right thing.
Yeah, so that's why they put me on well, what is it? The gel. Yeah, the Eastern tablets.
Okay.
And the testosterone gel.
Testosterone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you're putting on too frequently.
Yeah, I was putting it on too much.
Okay.
And then that was making you angry, furious, and everything else on top of what you've always been feeling. So that made it 10 times worse.
Oh wow. Is that your other half, is it?
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's always nice. It's always refreshing to hear a male's perspective of this, you know? It's so good. Really good to hear that. And he knows everything. He's telling you that you've done this and you've done that. That's really good. Very supportive.
Mhm.
The fact of the matter is, it was like wake up, not sure whether it was going to be a good day or a bad day. 9 times out of 10, it was a bad day until we figured out she was supposed to put the testosterone on one every other day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was on twice a day, and then that's why her anger level was through the roof.
Yeah.
Because people were just sitting there going, "Is she in?" And I was going, "Yeah." They go, "Oh, I'll come back later."
Yeah.
It was at that level.
Oh wow. It's nice to hear that, you've kind of like walking this journey with Corinne, right? That's really nice to hear.
I ain't got much choice. I live with her and I'm married to her.
You ain't got much choice. Do you know what? It's nice to hear it because I've heard from so many people, and we talk about in the community as well. We're actually talking about relationships next week. And if you're around, do join at, on Wednesday at 8 o'clock, because just hearing you, many people have spoken about how this journey has actually had a severe impact on their relationships, and it's broken up a lot of homes. This natural transition in life.
It's not good. It's not good. You know, it's not good. We do have arguments and rows. You know, well, I start it because I can't deal with what's going on with myself.
Yeah.
I'm just the outlet, and I'm just a target.
Yeah.
But it's like someone, it's like irritability, a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like something that normally in everyday life that wouldn't jar you.
Yeah.
Now it's the slightest little thing that jars you, and it kicks off. And it could be something silly like leaving the top off the toothpaste or something like that, something ridiculous.
I hear that. And it's I suppose again trying to explain to someone what you are going through, what you're experiencing when you're trying to figure it out yourself is quite challenging. It can be quite challenging.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to just get, is this the norm now? Is this what I'm getting used to? My body's changing. I feel different. I don't feel myself anymore. I'm not the person I used to be. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to hear that you have supportive loved ones around you. It is really nice because it makes a huge difference when you have somebody that will take the time to understand, So, no, it's really good.
Losing track of the house, when I'm trying to clean or when I'm trying to do the housework or something. It's like my mind goes on to something else. So one minute I'm doing the washing, the next I'm doing the mopping.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you, Corinne. I totally hear you. That's why I kind of changed up the way I clean my household now. I don't do everything in a day. I'm not doing it. I focus on one thing every day or every other day. I'm not putting pressure on myself anymore. So, I may clean the household appliances today, and then maybe a couple of days later do another area of the house or some other items in the house, because you do sometimes. And I suppose you have to allow yourself permission to work in a different way, work in a way that worked for you.
What's up with that?
Yeah.
You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. No, it's good. It's good that you do. You know,
With the menopause, it brings so much to you because it brings osteoporosis, osteopenia.
osteoporosis.
Yes, that's it. So I've got that wrong with me as well. I've got sciatica.
Wow.
I've got insomnia.
Oh wow.
So
Night sweats.
night sweats. It's a lot.
Actually, no, the
You've
night
got a lot
sweats
going on.
control this with me.
Yeah.
Night sweats was
Do you know what I will say though as well? And I always hear everyone and I see everyone that is experiencing so many different symptoms. We need to really be mindful and look at the way we're eating. I'm telling you, the food we eat a lot of the time can have an enormous impact on how we are experiencing these symptoms. You know, it makes a huge difference. So sometimes we got to, and I'm always kind of suggesting about doing a food diary. If for those of people who are interested in doing it, do a food diary, because sometimes where life is lifing, sometimes we don't realize just what we are eating, because we know we need to eat to fuel our bodies. So actually, because we are busy running households, doing our jobs, whatever we're doing, we are literally grabbing on the go, and we are not recognizing exactly what sort of things we are fueling our bodies with. It's not what we just put in our bodies as well, not what we're consuming, it's what we're putting on our skin as well, because that also absorbs into our bodies. And sometimes we have to be very mindful. And I don't know, I think as for me, as I got older, I started recognizing, I said to my husband, we need to really be mindful about what we're buying, what we're eating. And this is why I downloaded that app to check everything that I buy. I will only eat certain things. I will only put certain things on my skin, because if we don't stop and recognize now at this age, what's going to happen when we're older?
Well, that's it. I lost a lot of weight because, like, I'm on depression tablets as well because depression and anxiety don't help with this whole menopause at all.
Yeah.
It destroys your brain up. So the tablets, the depression tablets, are helping me with my eating.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm really struggling with eating because I don't want to eat.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's because of the steroids, because of the asthma.
Steroids.
Yeah, they gave me steroids because of the asthma. Yeah, and that made you scoff.
Oh yeah.
Right. So you got quite a few things going on there, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah. And sometimes, you know, when there's so many things going on, and even just generally, in general, if there's one thing going on, sometimes we tend to look at the symptoms and not what's causing the symptoms.
The food, like all these things, like you've got too many preservatives or starch or sugars or stabilizers in the food.
Absolutely.
When I was growing up, my mum was cooking from fresh. It was like fresh vegetables and fresh meat, and made her pastry from scratch and all that sort of thing. And people have lost that over the years.
Yeah.
Just buy something out of a packet and stick it in a microwave or something.
Yeah. We do need to look at how we're eating, because it does have an impact. It does contribute to all these symptoms. You know, remember, 24% of women do not experience any menopause symptoms. You know, and looking at how we eat can absolutely have a better impact. For me personally, as I said, when I changed the way I was eating, my symptoms went from double figures to 2, just from changing how I ate. So for me, I know that has worked for me.
What was the first one that you actually stopped?
What of my symptoms?
No, which one was what
food
did you stop eating first?
Okay, well, I cut out sugar quite some time ago, so I don't have any sugar. However, there's natural sugars in fruit, there's natural sugars in
Yeah.
certain things, and there's fruit sugars in certain foods. So the sugar went a while back, and then things like processed foods, ultra processed foods, that was a no-no. Totally stop those. So like you mentioned that your mum would cook from scratch. I would just do everything from scratch. Yes, it is time consuming, and if you've got a small family, I imagine my children are grown and left home, so I can have time to do that. Don't get me wrong, some days that I just feel that I can't be standing over the stove. However, I'll just I'll just cook some fish. It takes 7 minutes to cook some fish and just have it with a bit of salad. So there's always going to be something that I can have that's going to be a healthier option. So it's just swapping out those things. Yes, when I stopped taking sugar in my diet, I done it cold turkey. I just stopped taking it. I would not ever recommend anyone to do that. But just slowly do it over a period of time. So maybe if you do take things like sugar in your tea and you're taking 2 or 4 spoons of sugar, maybe we start reducing it slowly but surely. But it's important that you do things in your own time.
See, I found drinking fizzy drinks like Tango Orange or Fanta or Coke would make me like get more hot, like I'm a diabetic. Like my sugars would just spike straight away, even though I'm not diabetic. So I cut that out,
Absolutely. You see, fizzy drinks, yeah, that's another one. Fizzy drinks is something that, yeah. I don't drink fizzy drinks. I've never drunk fizzy drinks like that. It's like Christmas time, around the holiday times, I may have a fizzy drink. But other than that, you won't see a fizzy drink in my household. I'm just getting used. I drink herbal teas. Every so often I may have a hot chocolate. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink tea. Herbal tea and water. Coconut water. That's what I drink.
Yeah, I drink water more than I drink anything.
Yeah.
But also, if you switch chocolates out, you can switch from milk chocolate to dark chocolate.
Yeah, dark chocolate.
Less chocolate in.
Dark chocolate is good. I will have every so often I'll have dark chocolate, but I used to eat chocolates every single day. But now, again, cut out crisps, cut out all those things, all those processed and ultra processed foods, cut them out. And it does take determination to do it, because don't get me wrong, there's an odd few days when I think, I fancy something sweet, but I just try and get some fruit instead. There's a lot of sweet fruits out at the moment, so you can swap things out. But the important thing is to do it at your own pace. Say that again.
Like you were saying with the like the cooking and that, and people do it for convenience and stuff like that. But what a lot of people don't understand as well, like things like sauces that you cook with and stuff like that, you can cook them in batters.
Absolutely.
And actually put it in a container and put it in the freezer, and it's there for 3 months.
Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. The sauces. I said this last week actually. In my cupboard, you will find 5 items that I use when I'm cooking, and that's it. Because a lot of these sauces are bottled sauces. A lot of the seasonings that we are using in our foods, they're not good. They're not good, and we're just pouring them and constantly putting them into our bodies. And I think there is a time when we have to stop and pause and think, what am I doing to my body? My body, for me, my body's been serving me very well over the last, almost 56 years now. It's been serving me well. I need to start serving my body. So I am actually, I've changed the way I eat. I've changed the way I deal with things. If my body is saying, Jackie, you need to rest, you need to stop doing what you're doing, I'm going to do that. Because remember, as I always say in the community, your body will whisper before it screams. And we need to listen to those whispers.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I'm about the same age group as you.
Right, okay.
He found out that he had diabetes because of me. He didn't even know that he had diabetes. He was in bed one morning and he was just not feeling well whatsoever. The moment I called the ambulance and they took his sugar levels, they was like, "You're diabetic.
Wow.
Your sugar levels are too high."
Wow.
So
My sugar levels were at 19 at the time.
19.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's high. I know
Yeah,
somebody
that's-
who contacted me and their sugar levels was at 39. That's excessive. That is dangerous.
There's nothing you can do to bring your sugar level down. The one thing that does help your sugar level is cinnamon as well.
Yeah,
If you boil cinnamon and cinnamon sticks and some cloves and star anise,
yeah,
and you boil it and then let it cool. If you
Yeah.
drink a glass of that a day, that helps control your actual sugar levels.
yeah. I hear what you're saying. Also, it's what we're eating as well. That will, you have a meal to eat. You have carbohydrates. It will spike your sugar levels, right?
But certain fruits like sweet corn, watermelon,
Yeah.
they're all bad for diabetics.
Yeah, there's certain things you have to avoid. Absolutely, but don't ever feel that you cannot get out of it.
I
You
just
can-
think
you can get better.
I just think everything's portion controlled. I think everything needs to
Absolutely.
be portion controlled. Whatever you're eating, whatever sauces you're having, whatever your intake is, needs to be portion controlled.
I agree
A
with
lot
you.
of, but the other thing a lot of people don't even realise, they sit there and go, I'm having a salad or something like that. And they're putting salad cream on or something like that.
Yeah,
But even things like tomato sauce and that, it's got vinegar, it's got sugar, even barbecue sauce, brown sauce,
Yeah,
all the sauces
yeah.
you use, they've all got vinegar or sugars in.
Yeah.
So you can go for a calorie controlled diet and go, yeah, I'm having a bare minimum. But as soon as you put the sauce on, that level goes straight back up.
Yeah. And do you know what? Everything in moderation, isn't it? Everyone's got their moderation levels because don't get me wrong, do I eat things that I shouldn't be eating? Absolutely, because I'm enjoying it. I will have a piece of chocolate. I will have a dessert when I feel like it, but it's in with moderation. It's not every single day.
See, with me, I grew up with Caribbean food. So with me as a kid, I used to be eating curry goat, chicken rice and peas,
Yeah.
and God knows what. I was throwing all this, that, and the other into me because that's what I like. Now, I don't even hardly eat Caribbean. I might eat once in a blue moon have curry goat, rice and peas.
Yeah.
Yeah, or oxtail, rice and peas. But I don't eat it hardly at all now.
Yeah. And I suppose a thing again, is it still working for you?
You want a drink, darling?
No, I was just saying, Dylan tried to.
Welcome everyone. If you've just joined, we are just having a chit chat about life and just, talking about our menopause journeys as well. This is not a regular live. We just meet up on a Wednesday at 8 p.m. British summertime. And I just thought I'd come on today to take a well-deserved break from my work to just have a catch up and connect and just find out how everyone is doing. And so Corinne and I were just having a chat, and Corinne's other half is your husband, just talking about menopause. And everyone's journey is very different. And you know what? We have to, no matter how much information is out there about it, your journey is going to be your journey. And it's so important to do what is right for you. Regardless of what everyone else is saying, do what is right for you. But one thing I will always say, and I'm always going to keep on saying, when we come across new things that we may want to try, and it can be a trial and error situation, when we come across new things that we would want to try, please ensure that if you are on any medication or you have any existing health conditions, go and speak to your GP before trying something, because certain things cannot mix with medication. There are certain things that are just not for you, that won't be for you because of your health condition. So it's best to always go and speak to your GP before you start trying things. And if you do get the clearance to try something, or you decide to make that decision to try something, and you're trying more than one thing, have to think about staggering and introduce it to your body. Because I'll give you an example. If you're going to try something like, I don't know, evening primrose and starflower oil. Okay, I usually use that, but I use it both jointly. But if you are going to use it for the first time, and I've been using it for years, maybe start using the evening primrose first, give that some weeks to kick in, and then join the starflower oil thereafter. And then this is the reason why I suggest that, is because you are then going to be able to identify exactly what the evening primrose is helping you with, supporting you with, which symptoms, and then give that time to kick in, and then bring in, rather than using the two and you don't know what symptoms is, what method is what helping what symptom. Yeah, and that's just a suggestion to think about.
I think it's the same as the old narrative though. What works for you may not work for others.
Absolutely. One size does not fit all. And this is why anytime I give any information in the community, I always say, go and do your due diligence, go and do your checks, because don't take my word for it. Yes, I'm saying, you know, I'm a menopause wellness practitioner as well as a menopause nutrition and weight loss management practitioner. Yes, I've studied. However, like you said, one size does not work for all. It may be that it doesn't work for you. You know, I couldn't tell somebody to go and eat this sort of food or do this diet, because they may be allergic to the food. So you have to do your due diligence and know that your journey is your journey alone, right? We can be 500 people standing here and all of us experience hot flushes. But every one of us will experience it differently. The intensity is going to be different. The period, the longevity of it is going to be different. Remember, hot flushes can last anything from 3 seconds to 10 minutes. There's a big difference in that time frame as it is. Everyone is going to be very different. So it is important to ensure that you are giving yourself some grace, giving yourself some kindness when you're navigating through a journey like this, because it can feel overwhelming. There's a lot of support out there that you can tap into, and being a good advocate for yourself when you go to speak to your GP, because sometimes your GP won't know what's right for you. Remember, you are the expert of your own body. No one can tell you anything different from what you're feeling. You know what your body's going through because you're living it and you are experiencing it.
But as long as all the information is out there for people to know and for people to get hold of, that does help. Whereas like with your GP will sit there and go, this is the medicated route. They won't know about, say, like sage or anything like that. They won't sit there and say that. They'll just go, oh, I'll take this tablet twice a day and see what happens.
Yeah.
And half the time it feels like you're a guinea pig thinking, right, okay, well, you're not sure yourself, but you're just prescribing them to me.
But let's be honest, sage isn't going to make the money, is it? Sage isn't going to break. Sage is not the one to make the money. If I write a prescription for you, that's when I'm going to make some money. So why would I tell you about sage?
Yeah.
So this is why we have to educate ourselves a bit better than we are educated at the moment. Go out there and do our research. Go out there and, you know, have this trial and error. But also, if we do have health conditions, if we are on existing medication, do further research in, will that have an impact if I start taking it? We have to.
Yeah, you get certain medication that doesn't go together. You get certain things that don't go together, and one can counteract the other.
Exactly, you're very right. So we have to do our due diligence, you know, and it's again the dosages as well can play a big factor as well. So we have to do that research, ask the right questions, you know, rather than just say, oh, I'll start taking it. No, because it may have an impact on you, a negative impact, which we don't want it to. So let's do our research. Let's start asking the right questions.
Exactly. Like a friend of mine who suffers from epilepsy, he was prescribed antidepressant tablets, and I was like, oh, hang on, why are you taking them? He's like, oh, the GP just gave them to me because I told him how depressed I was. I went, I said, did your GP not look into the fact that antidepressant can counteract anti-epileptic medication? And he was like, I think so. So I said, well, stop taking them and go back to the GP. And because he's got learning needs as well, I actually went with him. And as soon as the GP realised, and he was like, oh, no, don't take them. I was like, but I said at the end of the day, you've actually put his health at risk.
Yeah, that could
By
have gone horribly wrong.
rather than just looking at your screen and sitting there saying, this is the medication he's on, what other medication can he take? It's not
Yeah.
just about, you're just looking at a pure profit.
And this is why we've got to, it's okay to challenge your GP, you know, it's absolutely okay to challenge. We don't have to go in there guns blazing. But when the GP is saying you need to take this, okay, what is it going to impact any medication that I'm on already? We need to ask the right questions.
Exactly.
Rather than just saying yes, it's
They're only human at the end of the day.
exactly. And, you know, GPs can get things wrong. And you're right. Just because it says in a textbook, these are the symptoms that everyone's going to get for this particular illness, it doesn't mean everyone is going to experience all those symptoms because everyone's body is different.
That's so true.
So this is why we need to be better advocates for ourselves. Do not be afraid to challenge your GP. You do not have to be rude to them, but this is your health here. And if your GP is not for your health, then let's step sideways and go and get another GP. Go and speak to somebody else because this relationship isn't working for me right now. So I need to go and find someone who is going to be putting a better care package for my needs, my health needs.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you've only got one body and you have to take care of it the best you can.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's start working for our bodies because our bodies, for now, for most of us, our bodies have been great for us, right? Let's start working for our bodies now. It's been working for us for years, and we need to stop and recognize that. But as I said, everyone's going to be at a different pace of it, and everyone's going to be at a different stage where they're thinking, "No, I'm fine. I'm going to still do what I do." Then good on you, but. You know, I've come to the realization that I need to change. Otherwise, you know, talking about diabetes is in my family rife. Everyone in my family, okay, apart from my children, but everyone in my extended family are diabetic. It's not happening to me. For the last, every year I go for my health check because everyone's entitled to a health check every year. If you are from the age of 40 upwards, you're entitled to a health check. So I go for my health check every year. And for the past 4 years, the past 3 health checks, it came up that I was pre-diabetes. My blood sugar levels was high. This year, I went for a blood test and it's normal. So whatever I'm doing it right because I was always at the pre-diabetes stage. I'm not gonna let it get me. So I had to switch things up. So this year when I got my bloods, it's come back. There is no pre-diabetes there.
That's good. I mean, in my family, there's diabetes on too. Well, both my parents are diabetic.
Right.
My mum was type 1 and my dad was type 2. I'm actually type 2 myself.
Okay.
But I reckon it's because of all the like glucose drinks and stuff like that I was drinking.
Absolutely.
When I was working, because I wasn't eating correctly, I was mainly just having glucose drinks. And I was a HGV2 driver, so I was like doing 6-hour runs with heavy machinery and stuff. So yeah, that took a lot out of me.
Yeah. And this is the thing what I was saying about we grab and go because life is life in, we know we need to eat, we know we need to stop and fuel our body at some point. It's like a car. If you don't fuel a car, the engine will just shut off, right? So because of that, we will just grab anything to fuel our bodies throughout the day. And this is why I always suggest carrying out a food diary over a period of a minimum of 7 days so you can actually identify just how you are eating. Because you know what? Many of my clients are quite surprised in what they eat. They didn't even realize they're eating like that until they carried out a food diary. And it's about looking at, okay, what can I change? What can I be realistic about changing? Because don't get me wrong, with your food diary, you may not be able to swap everything out and just change things just like that. It's a progress. It's a work in progress.
Yeah. What you said earlier about you use some app to check on food that you
the Yuka app. The Yuka app.
The Yuka.
Yeah.
Right.
You know the Yuka app?
Yeah, there's that one. There's another one which someone else uses where you scan the barcode of the product.
Yeah, that's the Yuka. 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 So I
Must
have
be.
got that, and I scan everything. I scan food. I scan um, anything, any creams that I'm going to put on my body. I don't use creams anyway. Any oils I'm going to put on my body, I will scan it. Every single thing. You can scan toothpaste. You can scan cosmetics. You can scan household products that you use as well, and it will flag it up as poor. It would poor, good, or excellent.
Right.
It'll give you the green
My,
light.
my friend turned around and said to me, well, choose a bread that you think's healthy. And I chose, I think it was a all bran loaf or something like that. But when he scanned it, it come back, it had high concentrations of sugar in it,
You see?
stabilizers and so on. And you think, well, hang on, this is brown bread. It should be safe. But
No.
as soon as you went to something like the rye bread,
Yeah.
or the sourdough, it was like, no, the sugar level dropped by half.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's just the same thing. When you go into a health food store, just because it's a health food store, it doesn't mean everything in there is healthy.
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
your due diligence, whatever that is, go and do your due diligence before you put things into your body and onto your skin. I'm telling you, it's so important. I'm surprised other food does it was bad. A lot of sugar. Yeah, iced tea, yeah. Hi, Shelly Ann. Iced
Jackie,
tea.
I've got to make moves, yeah, because
All
I've
right
got
then.
kids outside, darling.
All
So
right.
I'll come back on later.
All right, Corinne. You take care. Have a good
Right,
day.
bye, Jackie.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Shelly Ann, how are you? We are having a catch up and connect conversation today, just about life in general, and also, yes, menopause is brought into it, obviously. But yeah, we're just having a catch up, and I'm asking everyone, how are you doing today? What have you got planned for the weekend? We were just speaking to Corinne. I'm good. I'm good to hear you are good. I'm good, thank you. I am good. I am working from home today. Normally, I am not. I'm at work on a Saturday because I do training, right? So I'm normally training on a Saturday, but today I'm at home. But so I'm doing some paperwork. I've finished part of my paperwork already, so I'm taking some time out to do some more. When I finish here, I'm gonna do some more paperwork when I finish. Good to hear that you're good. But yeah, so we were just talking about getting involved in this conversation around this symptoms of menopause. And yeah, menopause can be challenging. It can feel challenging and overwhelming, right? But I also know that for me, my menopause transition, this transition for me has been one that I've rediscovered myself. Absolutely like my new self. And I've taken this soft life approach. I'm pacing myself a lot better. I'm listening to my body a lot better than I used to. And you know what? If I'm in the middle of work and I need to pause, I'm going to pause. That's what I'm doing. I am now being a lot kinder to my body than I was being, how I was treating it before. A lot kinder. Because as I said, my body served me well. It's been serving me for 50, coming up to 56 years now. I need to start serving my body and paying it back. Because otherwise, what's going to happen? What is going to happen? So yeah, it's been interesting. Very interesting. Hey Claire, how are you? How are you? Did you come up? Are you coming up? Let me know before I click on that. I don't know. How are you? I'm just having the time out. Yeah, I'm telling you, I am so chilled. It's all this soft life, The soft life is good for me. This is what I needed, the soft life. I've noticed that when I'm speaking, I'm a lot more, I'm not trying to rush my words anymore. I'm just pacing myself. Even in my speech, I pace myself and I'm listening to my body a lot more. Anytime I need to take a break, I'm taking a break. Yeah, it's just, I've embraced the soft life, Claire. I'm telling you. How are you? Thank you. Thank you. How are you? I just thought I'd come on today to do a little catch up and connect because we haven't done one in the community for a long time. Claire is one of our community ambassadors in the community. We've got 6 community ambassadors. And yeah, we haven't done a catch up and connect for a long while. So I thought, let me come on today. I did some paperwork this morning, took a break. And then when I finish on here, I'm going to go back to my paperwork because I've got the house to myself. Don't you just appreciate the house to yourself? For those of you who live with people, live with, family, your partners, do you not appreciate the quiet? I do. Do you know what? When my husband went off to work this morning, bye, see you later. Do you know what? I said, yeah, I just love me time. I love the house to myself. Because I can go at my own pace again. When my husband's around, he wants to know what time I finish work because he wants to spend some time with me. And so I'm thinking, oh gosh, I need to get this done because I don't have that pressure. I'm just going at my own pace. And I know I've got until probably later this evening at my own pace. And then I'm going out boogieing tonight. I'm going out to shake my feet because I love dancing. So I'm going out to a rave tonight. Hear me, rave, like it's not a rave. It's just a place where we go to listen to music and dance. That's what I'm doing. But I'm hoping you're well, Claire. What is the time? Is it 1 o'clock already? My goodness me. I've been on here almost 2 hours. I came on at 11:30 and I'm just chit-chatting away. I'm not even looking at what's going on in the room. So let me see who's in here. Nanny, how are you? Do you know what I was saying earlier on? And Doopsy, welcome. I was saying earlier on how a Saturday back in the day, Saturdays for me was cleaning the house, going to do shopping. And I was asking the question, who still does that same routine? Because that's what a Saturday used to be all about, right? Get the house cleaned, do any decorating if there's any decorating to be done on a Saturday, and also go and do the shopping. But it was like shopping early in the morning to try and beat the rush. That's what my Saturdays were like years ago. Now, if I'm not at home, working from home, I'm actually out working because I do training, a lot of training on Saturdays. It's very unusual for me to have a Saturday at home. So yeah. Right, I think I'm going to be going in a bit, because I need to get on with my paperwork. I've got a lot of paperwork to do. A lot. Saturday is my day now, and Sunday I start shopping the week. Oh, good for you, Nanny. Good. That's nice. It's nice to have a day for you, I'm glad you do a day for you. I mean, we deserve more than one day, really, when you look at it. We absolutely deserve more than one day. But Saturday, yeah. So what are you doing today for you? Hi, Black Barbie. How are you? I haven't seen you for a while. How are you? What are you doing for yourself? You know what? I'm going to keep everyone accountable on this self-love thing, This self-love, I am keeping you accountable, and I'm hoping that you're keeping yourself accountable as well, because this self-love is so important. Hi, Wendy. It's so important. We got to keep going. Watching my granddaughter doing Anna. Oh, lovely. It's just so nice to just have you some time for yourself, right? Yeah, grandchildren, right? They're just something else, aren't they? Do you know, grandparent love? I hear people saying this all the time, and until you're a grandparent, you understand, right? Grandparent love is completely different from the love that you have for your children, right? And I suppose, I don't know, I went out with my grandchildren on Wednesday, and I always say to them, because I used to see them every single Monday, pick them up from school, give them their shower and have dinner with them. And as they've gotten older, over the months, over the years, every Monday I'd go, it was the thing where I was sitting there and they'd just ignore me. And so I said to myself, oh, wow. So I said to myself, do you know what? I'm not really having intentional time with my grandchildren. And then my daughter had a conversation with me and said, Mum, you know what? Maybe stop coming on a Monday because, and just be with them intentionally. And I said, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. So we was on the same page. So decided not to see them every Monday. And now I go and see them when I can, as frequent as I can, probably every week, if not every other week. And I'll say to them, right, I go to see them after school. And I will say to them, what would you like to do? So they choose what they want to do. So the first week we went bowling. So I picked them up from school. They came home, had their little snacks, and then we went bowling. And then I spent some time with them. Then I took them home. And then this week, I took them to Blue Water, Dinotropolis. And listen, the question that came up, Grandma, are you going to come on there with us? I thought, my gosh, I did go on there with them for a little while. But I'm telling you, they are getting faster. I'm getting slower. I realised that. So I took them there. So they've already decided on their next activity as well. So it's just more intentional rather than me sitting there and them doing their own thing. They're getting older now. So I've got to kind of navigate around what their needs are. But yeah, grandchildren, man, I'm telling you, they're a blessing. They're an absolute blessing. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's lovely. You must have an amazing relationship. Amazing relationship. Oh, yeah, grandchildren, man. That's something else. They are something else. They're completely different, right? Grandparent love is completely different. Yeah, she's the best. Enjoy them. They just grow so fast. They absolutely grow so fast. I travel a lot, and my granddaughter said to me one time, why do you always go away so often? And I said, because Grandma works hard, so I like to just have time out. And she said, well, you already went away. And I said to her, I'll be back soon. She said, well, I'll try not to forget about you. She just makes me laugh. She's only 5. I'll try not to forget about you. I said, okay, I hope not. And then when I came back, she said, do you even remember what my house looks like? These children, I tell you, they're something else. They are absolutely something else. But you notice when you're around your grandchildren, if you're feeling a bit low, that's not going to be for long. It's absolutely not going to be for long, because they are amazing people, I tell you, amazing people. And do you know what my grandchildren have taught me? Patience. My grandchildren have taught me so much more about patience, I'm telling you. Yeah. So I learned from them. Definitely learned from them as well. But yeah, amazing. Being a grandparent is something else, isn't it? Keep me smiling. So absolutely. They do. They keep you smiling. They'll say something, won't they? Or they'll do something to just make you smile. You have to. They're absolutely amazing. Right, now listen, I'm gonna sign off and go. I've got so much work to do. It's been fantastic being on this. I came on about 11:30 this morning. Been fantastic to just pause and stop and catch up with everyone. Yeah, definitely. Lovely to see you too. I will be back on Wednesday. We are talking about menopause and relationships on Wednesday, 8 p.m. British summertime. And it's not just about intimate relationships, it's about all relationships with your children, your family members, colleagues, neighbors, relationship with people in the community, relationships with yourself. Most importantly, relationship with yourself, because I'm telling you, my relationship with myself has changed dramatically since navigating through this menopause journey. It has changed. It's changed for the better. But I know, there are people out there, there are women out there whose relationships they're still struggling with. So we're going to talk about relationships on Wednesday. Even relationships with your pets. Even relationship with your pets, that can have changed as well. So join me at 8 o'clock British summertime on Wednesday. I don't even know what the date is. I think it's the 22nd or 20 something, 22nd or 23rd, I think, for our live. You're welcome. And I'm going to end the live the way I always end the live. Two ways. Going to send a virtual hug to everyone, like I always do. And I'm just going to remind you that you are not alone. If you feel alone after the live has ended, reach out to someone who you trust, someone that will listen to you, and someone that will, if they don't understand, they will take time to try and understand. Because sometimes that's all that we need, is for someone to listen to us. But just remember, you are not alone. So I will see you on Wednesday if you are around. If not, have a blessed week, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.